Welcome to the City Limitless podcast, where we explore Mesa and beyond its city boundaries. I'm your host, Ashley, and today we are out at Mesa Riverview Park with Copper State Beer Fest, and we have Lisa, who is a partner and marketing director of this festival. Welcome, Lisa.
Thanks so much for having me.
Now, tell me, originally we wanted to do this interview in the morning, but clearly that would have never worked out. How's the day going?
The day has been amazing, but absolutely insane. You know, we sold out late last night, which was not what we expected. It's our first time selling out.
Oh my gosh.
After 3 years, which is amazing. So this morning was a little bit of a scramble. I want to shout out anybody who had to wait in line a little bit longer than they wanted to. I'm very sorry about that. We will fix that for next year.
Hey, live and learn. It's okay.
But we sold out, and we're really proud of that. And it's been amazing.
Absolutely. So let's reel it back a little bit. How did you get involved in Copper State Beer Fest? You clearly have a marketing background, but what was the draw to this company specifically?
When you say company, that's funny because it's literally two people. It's me and my business partner, Joe. And then we have a couple of people who help us with some digital ads and whatnot. But this whole entire thing is basically ran by two people.
Hey, you know what? Nobody needs to know.
And really how it started was Joe and I have known each other for 12 years or so, and we used to work at an event company together many years ago. And a few years ago, Joe called me up and said, I have this idea. I've always wanted to throw my own festival. You were the first person that came to mind to partner up with, and that's just kind of how it happened.
That is so crazy, though.
And we just dove into it, you know?
Oh my gosh.
And it's been really, really fun. It's been really exciting, especially this is our third year, and it's grown and improved so much every single year that we not only are learning so much, but we're like really proud of that this has happened, you know? And
for two people to throw on a sold-out beer fest? Are you kidding me? You need to be extremely proud, shouting from the rooftops.
So, and like, I'm not like much of a brag, but you know, it is really cool, and we love Mesa, we love Arizona, and we love bringing the community together. That's one thing that's really unique about this specific area, is that the beer community is just like so cool and warm and friendly, and that was kind of just where it started.
It'll just embed good times.
Yes.
Like nothing about that sounds bad.
Yeah, nothing about it.
So like I said, this is your third year out at Mesa Riverview. What's keeping you here?
What's keeping us here is the community and a lot of the beer vendors that we have grown really close to are in Mesa or surrounding areas. We just really love the people here. As I mentioned before, we did sell out, so we might actually have outgrown this venue at this point, but we are going to try it as hard as we can to keep it within Mesa. We just need a little bit of a bigger space. We really like how it's kind of like a central location. The Cubs training stadium is right here. It's a beautiful park. We just really loved the park in general.
Absolutely.
And so this was like the obvious first pick for our venue, especially as the event started out.
Yeah, no, it's great location. Like you said, tying in with all the breweries and the cider houses that are around here, It only makes sense, right?
Yes.
So what sets Copper State Beer Fest apart from any other festival?
I would say a few things. One is that I know I keep saying community, but like I don't live here, but Joe does, and he is on the ground every single week, every single day, just going out there and meeting everybody. He's a very like personable and friendly guy, and he does it because he loves that. He likes to bring people together. We are called Copper State Beer Fest, but we offer a lot more than just beer, which we offer spirits, which is something that's not at very many festivals. Like, it's hard to get a shot of tequila at a festival, but you know, and we have kombucha, we have seltzer, we have meaderies, cideries, wine. You know, we're a festival that within this area specifically too, there's nothing like it.
I think it's great. The options are endless. There's something literally for everybody here.
And also, sorry, I kind of forgot this, is we have also so many food vendors because there's so many awesome food trucks and just very talented people within this area that like, it's also kind of a mini food festival.
Yeah.
Like we have over 25 food vendors here, food trucks.
Oh my gosh.
And every single thing is different, so you have so much to choose from. And so I'm always like, it's also a mini food festival.
Yeah, literally. Like, you're going to come for the alcohol,
Yeah.
you're going to eat the food, and then you're going to go back for the alcohol.
Yes.
So next we just need to like bring in some dessert people, right?
We do have a couple of dessert people, like some funnel cakes, cupcakes, cookies, you know.
Literally everything.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm sorry, I'm still kind of rambling on, but what sets us apart also is that every year we have improved. Every year we have added like cooler elements. We've added photo booths. We've added step and repeat photo ops. We added the Catalyst Camp this year that has all those fun lawn games, you know. So every single year, it's not going to be like if you came last year, if you came the year before, it's going to be that same like awesome vibe, but it's going to be better every single year.
And there's going to be more to do, more to see.
And that's something that we always really strive for, is that every year we improve and keep improving. So hopefully we're doing this event for 20 years, and in 20 years it's just going to be the largest beer festival in the U.S.
You're putting it out in the world. That's all that matters.
I'm just manifesting that. Just throw it out there.
Absolutely. So it's not just a beer festival, though. Like, it's an experience.
It is an experience.
You're getting more than just the alcohol. You're getting more than just food. You're getting to see what other people are out in the world selling their goods or their trades, and you're getting to experience Mesa and the surrounding towns from it by those vendors being here.
Exactly. And we do offer 45 samples to our VIPs, which I don't know if many places offer 45 samples.
Wow.
So
that is crazy. So
you're able to try a lot of the vendors. We have over 100 vendors here, but you know, when you only have 20 samples, you only get to try 20% of them.
What could
right?
be here?
So with 45, you're able to try at least half of the vendors here.
Absolutely, and that's a good sample size of what you guys have.
Exactly.
So tell me about what the process looks like getting a vendor to the beer fest.
So a lot of it is either they reach out to us because they've heard about us in the past, and they simply just sign up and they are welcome to come. A lot of it is also relationships that Joe has with a lot of the breweries and cideries and wineries in the area. But we are always looking to have more people come. A lot of our beer is local at this point, but I think one of the things that we want to improve on next year is getting not only the local brewers and cideries and everybody out, but expanding a little bit to just kind of expand the presence and the footprint that you guys can have. So next year I have a feeling that we're going to have a lot of really cool out-of-state breweries as well. We have a few, but not as many.
That's something to look forward to.
Yeah, so I think it's something for people who really love beer or love wine or whatever, like it's going to be a lot more to offer if we're able to expand a little bit further.
Absolutely. So you're the marketing director and a partner. Tell me about your role specifically and what you have to do to get this up and off the ground and sold out.
Honestly, I have no clue. No.
You're like, I just showed up today.
No, we do a lot of things. We work with a lot of local influencers. That's also another thing, like with bringing the community together and everything like that. Influencer marketing has taken off. And we love all the influencers in this area, you know, like we've become friends with them legitimately. And so a lot of it has been that. A lot of it has been our awesome vendors just talking about it. I'm not going to say this exactly, but I heard that, you know, we might be some people's favorite festival that they go to every year. So I think that they just are like champions for us, and they really spread the word as well. I mean, on top of that, it's just the typical marketing stuff, digital ads, Instagram, making sure our content's cool, upgrading our branding and stuff like that, you know, just constantly just trying to be better every single year.
So we hear the highs. What has been a struggle or a hurdle that you guys have had to get over to get this festival to where it's at now?
There's been plenty of hurdles. I mean, number one, me and Joe not killing each other is probably...
I'm glad they're still alive.
I'm just kidding. Me and Joe are totally fine. But, I mean, if you look around and all of the little pieces that go into a festival, we can't do that alone. So we have tons of awesome volunteers that come out and help us. It's always a struggle to try to get people in a timely manner. No one wants to wait in line, even if it's 5 minutes or 15 minutes or an hour. You know, people are not usually happy about lines, and that's one thing that we struggle with, just trying to move people along, and then also have enough vendors to where you're not stuck waiting in line all day long, which I think we do a good job at, because we have so many vendors. When you say struggles, it's like weird because nothing's really coming to mind like that is so
detrimental that you don't want to do this next year.
No, we love doing this. It's stressful and everything like that, but we just really like throwing events.
Absolutely. You know? At the end of the day, when you can go home, hang your hat up and say, Oh my God.
I
We
would say a
sold
struggle
out.
is the lack of sleep. But
Hey, you know what?
you know
Yes.
what? That is a struggle.
That is fair. That is totally fair, but it's all worth it. And you
Yes,
get to
it
sleep
is.
after this.
Oh yeah,
right?
I'm gonna sleep for like 3 days straight after this.
So when do you guys start planning for this event?
We pretty much start planning right after this event is over.
Okay.
I mean, we'll take a month off or something like that. We also are planning other events, in which we will let you guys know once we have some
Please
things
do.
confirmed. But we pretty much start planning like right after.
Gotcha.
We're hoping actually to open registration for next year way earlier.
Okay.
Like right after this
I
event.
was going to say same day at the festival.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we could do that. We can't quite do that, but we're hoping that we will be able to do that, so then people can buy their tickets super early at a cheap price. But I would say once we really start hitting the pavement and like putting in the extra work, like 6-7 months ahead of time.
Hey, and then it all comes together.
Yeah,
That
it all
is-
comes together. I mean, the last 2 months are usually like just chaotic.
A grind.
Especially because, I mean, it is our fault because we decided to have an event right after
The
New Year's
holidays.
and the holidays. So, like, we work on the holidays, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
We always joke. I was like, I'll take, Christmas Day off. I won't
Uh-huh,
work. But
uh-huh.
every other day I'm working.
9 to
because-
5 and then some
Yes.
Saturday, Sunday. Now, can you tell us a little bit about the economic impact that this event brings to the city of Mesa?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is obviously a lot of these breweries and cideries and all of our vendors are local, and a lot of people haven't heard about them. So then when they come here, they're like, oh, Phantom Fox or whatever, like I didn't even know that you existed, and now they're gonna go out and enjoy their brewery, you know. And a lot of the people who do come to our event are local, but they're coming from, some people are coming from out of town, and they're driving, staying through the weekend, enjoying their time in Mesa and surrounding areas. So to me, I feel like bringing this many people together, all of these people after this are gonna go out and have a good time.
Yeah, in Mesa.
Yeah, in Mesa.
Yeah.
So it's like that is our goal. We're
Yeah.
trying to also give it back to our vendors that support us and come out here and deal with me, So
You say that like it's a bad thing.
no. But I think bringing this many people out and just encouraging them, have a good time, meet each other, try something maybe you didn't try before. This year, we actually were able to, if the vendors were able to get a specific permit, they could sell their product within their tent as
Wow.
well. So that is also helping
That's
them with
huge.
sales.
Yeah.
And they keep that totally themselves. We don't take any of that. That's all them.
Uh-huh.
And it's just another way to get the other people's names out.
Yeah.
And so people are going out, spending money, having a good time, and
Getting that exposure.
Yeah.
All right here.
Yeah.
In a walking distance.
yes.
Now
and it's
tell
not
me.
that, it's just a couple laughs.
Yeah, it's not even that bad. Just enough to have to go get another drink when you're
Yeah,
done.
exactly. But then you still get your steps in.
Yeah, so it's also a place for fitness.
It is a place for fitness. I just realized that.
Happy New Year's to everybody with the New Year's
You're
resolutions
welcome.
of trying to be fit. Maybe doing dry January, maybe not, but you're getting it all right
Exactly,
here.
exactly.
So tell me a little bit about how you guys ensure like a diverse and inclusive culture through your event.
Joe and I ourselves have always just been very open-minded people. Any single person, no matter what you are, what you look like, what your preference is, we don't care. We just want cool people who want to come out and have a good time.
Yeah.
We don't serve any biases to any of our vendors or anything like that. We have closer relationships with some of them, but that's because
Relationship based.
That's just that
Yeah.
just happened. But any single, we're open for anything.
I love it.
I don't really know how to answer that question besides like me and Joe are some of the most open-minded people that I know.
No, absolutely.
So,
Sorry, that's
we're
such an
just-
on-the-spot question.
No, it's
But
totally
like
fine.
any walk of life can come here because
Yes.
literally everybody has a similar interest in some sort of alcohol that is here.
Yes,
And it's cool
exactly.
because like you said, don't care what you look like, what your preference is, who you are.
Yeah.
We're all enjoying the one same thing,
Yeah,
right?
that's all we care about, that we have in common, that we all are awesome and want to have a good time together.
Yeah.
So.
So we talked a little bit about the influencers that you work with, but can you tell me about how you leverage social media, how you leverage the influencers to drive the traffic to this event?
We use social media all the time, and we're also always trying to kind of experiment on social media to see what the people like.
Yeah.
We've changed our brand a lot throughout the 3 years just based off of feedback and everything like that. I mean, I'm all over Instagram all day long. Like, I'm pretty sure my screen time, you know when it tells you every week?
They're
it's
like,
embarrassing.
Lisa, get off.
And then I always say to like my husband and stuff, I'm like, it's because I'm always on Instagram. I'm working, you know? But the influencers are awesome because they'll go out to the vendors that are maybe coming to our event, shoot a video, create some content, and, you know, that drives... They have more followers than us. They're helping us out a lot.
Yeah.
Because,
that's
without
leverage.
them, we wouldn't have gotten to where we are, basically.
Absolutely. So what if there is any, are there any misconceptions about the festival that, I don't know, maybe you want to clear up? Or have heard that you're like, wait a second, taken aback by, or?
People are going to say random things when they want to. Like, someone said that we don't have toilets here.
Oh, that's
like
a
restrooms.
new, yeah,
and I was like, that's new to me because I'm pretty sure we have them everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's like someone's always going to say, and I was like, were you just standing in the middle of the event and didn't move?
Yeah,
because we do have restrooms, and they are in every single corner of the event, just by the way.
I was going to say, a bar doesn't not have a restroom, so a beer fest is not going to provide that either.
So all of that stuff, it doesn't really get to us that much. There's always going to be people who have something to say or something to complain about, but that's just, it is what it is.
Hey,
it's
at the end of the day, the people that are supposed to be here want to be here, supporting it, having a good time, coming next year, telling friends and family.
And we also have a really good return rate. So these people talking whatever they're saying, you know, they probably come back every single year.
Oh, they probably do because they want to make sure that the restrooms are there next year, right?
Exactly.
So tell me a little bit. Let's switch some gears. What are your thoughts on the current state of like the craft beer industry? We're not just drinking, you know, tap beer like we used to anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely has shifted to, like what you said, we're not drinking, like light beers. Like they'll have light beers, but that's not a thing anymore. They want like double chocolate stout, or they, you know, they want something with like a little bit of fruit in it, or sour beers are super popular right now. So I think that like the brewers, you know, everything evolves over time, right? And so, you know, 15 years ago when I started drinking, it was pretty basic.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the stuff was basic. I was probably basic. I barely started drinking. But, you know, and as I've just grown up, like, I love it that the brewers are able to experiment and expand and try something new. And honestly, somebody is going to love it.
Well, and their audience is really testing them because they get what they want, and they're like, what more can you do?
Yeah, give me more.
What else can you experiment with?
Yeah,
very cool. So tell us about the future events for Copper State Beer Fest.
Copper State Beer Fest will always be in January, second weekend in January. Like I said before, since we did sell out, it could potentially move venues next year, but it's still hoping to keep it within the city of Mesa.
Yeah. Do you have any maybe details, sneak peeks that we can share with maybe what to expect for the future of the Copper State Beer Fest?
Yeah, the future, like what I kind of said before, is that we're always wanting to improve. So next year, we're going to be bigger. We're going to have more vendors. We're probably going to be in a bigger space, so everything will just be expanded.
Yeah.
We're already in talks with some pretty big sponsors. I can't really say right now, but
totally understand.
So, which is also really amazing because that will be able to set us up to be able to have cooler elements within the festival. You know, we have people doing the giveaway wheel right here. We have those like lawn games and all these things. And I think that the roller rink this year, and I think that people really like that because it's like, you don't just stand around and drink. You can do some activities, you know?
Yep.
And that's also something that I don't think that a lot of beer festivals offer, or festivals like this offer. So the future is only just going to get brighter and better.
Unlimited.
That's what I think.
Yeah, it's open.
So, and if anybody has ideas or feedback, you can send
Find
them
her
our
on
way.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Find Lisa on Instagram. So what are some of your personal goals for the beer festival?
I think I kind of said this a little bit earlier as a joke, but when I say that we want to be the largest craft beverage festival in the United States, I'm not kidding.
Hey, we laugh about it now, and then in 20 years, we're going to be reconvening being like, wow, you did it.
Yeah.
Like, you're here.
I mean, yeah, right? Yeah, so watch out, guys.
20 years. We're
20
marking
years
the
from now.
date.
We're marking
20
it.
years from today, right?
So, and Joe and I have always been very big dreamers, and we're both really hard workers, and we just want to put something on that's really cool and something we're really proud of. So, yeah, our goal is to be the largest craft beverage festival in the U.S.
I support it. And I see the vision. I see the dream coming true.
Yes.
So Little bit of a fun question. What is your dream beer collaboration? And it can be anything.
Well, I will say one that's local. Phantom Fox is a new brewery that just opened up a few months ago, I think.
Out on Main Street in Downtown Mesa.
Yeah. Their beer is awesome. The people who work there is awesome. The vibe is awesome. That would be really cool to do a collab with them. We've done a lot of awesome collabs, like with Dark Sky, Chupacabra. And so that would be really cool. But I would say one personally is it's not a beer collab, but like I really love Juneshine.
Yeah.
So
oh my gosh.
I'm trying to make like a cool kombucha.
Okay.
I drink Juneshine probably more than anything.
Okay.
They've been at our event before. They did not come this year.
Oh no, next year.
So next year, Juneshine, if you're listening, that would be really, really cool because they do a really good job at having a bunch of different flavors, but I also have some ideas.
Yeah. All right, well, let's wrap it up. Tell me, what has been your favorite beer at the festival this year?
Gonna be honest, I haven't tried a single beer yet.
Get out there! What are we doing?
Because I've just been so busy today.
Absolutely.
So I haven't tried a beer yet, but I will.
They're all great,
and
though.
I can report back.
Perfect.
But they're all so good.
Awesome.
Honestly, like all of our vendors here are so talented at what they do, and we just love all of them.
It's the good feels that people want when they come to a beer festival, right?
And it's awesome because they're also good at what they do, but they also offer different things. You know, like when we get feedback even from our attendees, there's never just like one that's like the only one that people, it's always such a variety of like, this was my favorite place, this was my favorite taster. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring unique beers, unique, you know, kombuchas or whatever it is to the festival that you can pretty much only get here.
Yeah, you're not going to have an option on the day-to-day.
Exactly. And we do have a couple of beers that were exclusive for this event. Like with Beer Babes, we have an exclusive beer that was launched. And that's really cool because it's kind of like, this is the first time people are tasting it.
Yeah, and it's for your event.
Yes.
Well, Lisa, thank you so much for coming on. I know it's been crazy. I know it's been hectic, but taking this time to chat with you, learn more about the festival and yourself has been amazing. And we can't wait to see what the next few years, 20 years looks like because we know it's going to be great.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for checking out this week's episode of City Limitless. Check us out on social media, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys later. Bye. Hey y'all, welcome to the City Limitless podcast. I'm your host, Ashley, and we're still here out at the Copper State Beer Fest, and I have Josh with me from one of our own partnerships down in Downtown Mesa from Cider Corps. Welcome, Josh.
Thank you.
How's it going?
It's good.
How's it been going today?
Really good. There's a lot of people out here.
Yeah, so they're sold out.
It is.
Are you guys
sold out.
seeing that?
Yes.
Yeah,
it's been a line since noon.
Oh my gosh.
So, which is awesome.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and how Cider Corps came about.
Grew up in Kansas with Jason, who also owns Cider Corps. We grew up in Kansas. We moved out here in early 2000s. And then just kind of doing different things. Jason joined the Marine Corps as a reserve. Got deployed in 2012 to Afghanistan. And while he was there, sustained 2 traumatic brain injuries from IED explosions. And so that was kind of the birth of Cider Corps. He came back and was going through a lot. And we started making cider just as a therapeutic hobby. It seemed like an interesting thing to do.
Yeah.
It was genuinely just helping like him and his health. And 5 years later, some friends convinced us to start it as a business, and we opened in Downtown Mesa Veterans Day of 2017.
I do remember that.
Here we are.
So that's like a fun and interesting outlet. You don't hear something like this every day.
No.
Why cider and not beer?
Honestly, that's a great question that I don't know that we've ever had like a great answer for, because we were craft beer guys. I think part of it was just the exploration of something that nobody else was doing. 2012, 2013, homebrewing was
not a thing.
It was like not a thing, but it was starting to really take off.
Wow.
So because of the local scene. And so for us, it was like, had kind of already seen that, didn't have a desire to start a business. So there wasn't an end goal. So the beginning goal of being cider, it's like, didn't have to tell anybody what we were doing.
Yeah.
You know? Just the experimentation with fruit and all that kind of goes with that, it's a totally different world. And thank God we did, because it led Jason into doing some different things, going back to school, sustainable horticulture, and that led into like the science side of what we were doing, which was both helping him but also kind of paving a way for what is now Cider Corps.
Absolutely. So how did you guys land on bringing your business and staying in Mesa?
There was a few different reasons. I live in Mesa. Jason lived in Gilbert, but just on the Mesa border. And as two guys that didn't come from entrepreneurship and business, we didn't come from a lot of money, and so didn't really even know like how to start a business. And at the time, downtown was like starving for kind of like the start of a revitalization, which means cheap rent.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely.
Cheap rent seems like a good thing to look for when you're trying to start a business.
Absolutely.
And especially when there's no businesses like you in the state, you don't really have like kind of a blueprint to follow. So
you're paving your way.
Put all the barriers as low as possible.
Yep. You can literally only always go up.
Yep. And I think for us, like we grew up in a small town in Kansas. Downtown Mesa at that time, it had a lot of similar characteristics of small town. Like a lot of the people knew each other, and it just kind of felt like a place that we could grow something, and it's been more than that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So tell me how you got involved with the Copper State Beer Fest here.
So every year that they've done Copper State, we've been a part of it. I'm honestly not sure how we got started. One of the founders spent some time like in our tap room, and that's how I met him. And he said that they were looking to do a beer festival, and I said, "You're gonna do it in Mesa? Let's go." So we told him, hey, if you're going to do this in Mesa, this is our city. We're always trying to find creative ways to bring people to Mesa. And we had done a few cider fests before COVID. So now seeing this and seeing, I don't know, I think they said around 5,000 people.
Yeah, they sold out this morning. So
having that many people in our city is pretty cool.
Insane. The economic impact that's going to bring to Mesa is just awesome. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Now tell me a little bit about your brother is a former Marine.
Yeah.
What kind of charities do you guys work with, or is there any kind of like nonprofits that you guys have some ties to?
Yeah, so we have a saying, drink great cider, honor great sacrifice. And that's kind of been like a banner that we've marched under since we started. So we created a tap room, and we created a brand that specifically honors the sacrifice of both veterans, but also their families. Like the families sacrifice a lot that a lot of people just don't realize how much goes into it. And so we have partnered with everybody from the Mesa Veterans Resource Center. We recently started partnering with the Tillman Foundation, Cohen Veteran Bioscience, which is researching traumatic brain injuries.
Wow.
So that's very specific to like what we do. It's a really cool organization that through traumatic brain injuries and veterans, they're also like able to help civilian people, because there's a lot of traumatic brain injuries that are happening. Car accidents.
Outside of military and service. Yeah.
So being that I'm not military, Jason is military, that's something that we've always tried to do, is like bring those communities together and help those communities. So yeah, that's
absolutely. Well, tell me, what is your favorite cider on tap right now?
Ooh. Right now, it's probably 40 Mike.
Okay, tell me a little bit about it.
It's a spicy honey cider, and I like it because it's unique, but I also like it because in our tap room, we brought a few other businesses in to create like a little bit of a collaborative space. And so Mike's Pizza is the person that serves all the food for our tap room, and the 40 Mike is kind of a little collaboration with them. So they have two pizzas where they do a spicy honey on. We took that spicy honey and infused it into our cider, and it just creates a really
Talk
unique.
Talk about thinking outside of the box.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So that's what we try to do.
Oh my gosh.
That's what we try to do.
So tell me about what the future of Cider Corps looks like.
So from kind of a working with the community to bring a lot of awareness to veterans and their families, that will just continue to grow, and we really look forward to partnering with Visit Mesa on that. But as far as like what we make, the product, we're continuing to grow that. So we have 15 different ciders that are always on tap. We're always rotating the flavors, but we've started stilling that cider into an apple brandy. And so we've started adding some apple brandy cocktails to the tap room. And then recently we started working on a seltzer that's apple brandy based.
Very cool.
So 0 sugars, a little bit different for people that are looking for something other than cider or beer. It's light, it's crisp. It's called Ghost Army.
Very cool.
There was a unit in the war. This is actually their patch. That's one of the things that we try to do is we try to honor the different like units of the military. Ghost Army was a unit, and so we've kind of taken that and we're just trying to build
Made it
something
your
out of
own.
it. Yeah, so we'll start doing different flavored seltzers.
Very
That'll
cool.
all be for this guy.
That guy
Hopefully.
needs it, right?
This guy needs it.
All right. Well, we're so excited for you guys, and let us know about the launch. We'll have to come in and sample it and
Please,
give you guys our feedback. So,
please.
well, thank you so much for coming out and chatting with us. Thank you to your brother for his service and the wonderful things that have come from it.
Yeah.
And we are so excited to continue working with you guys and continue to see what the next few years for Copper State looks like for everybody.
Yeah, appreciate the partnership.
Awesome. Thank you so
Thank
much. Well, that's a wrap, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Check us out on social media. Like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye, Felicia.